Abdurrahman from 2 to start just with a few thoughts triggered by my recent weight loss and then slight weight gain experience. If any of you haven't been following, I dropped 2.2 pounds in a day, which was my biggest drop. And then I managed today to put back 0.8 pounds. So what triggered the big weight loss, it was not much volume of food and was purely fruit. Right, and I basically missed dinner, hence this very nice drop. And then yesterday, why did I put it back on? I think probably because I had 3 bags of candies, and I didn't do much activity because I'm not feeling absolutely top notch, and my heart rate is up. So I basically just did a short walking session to keep things moving. So there was a very interesting post from Skeleton City where he's essentially saying that it's not true. It's not true that you can just eat as much sugar as you want and lose weight. I think there's a great deal of truth to that. He was actually saying that you can't eat any particular food and not put on weight. He's making the point that if you were to just eat, rice, you can eat enough to put on fat. If a millionaire or a billionaire was to give you a million or a billion and say get fat from eating plain white rice, he's saying most people would probably win that bet. And I think he's right. And you can insert any food group. You can insert protein. You can insert sugar. You can insert whatever. I think I could eat enough mango, even though it doesn't have much calorie density. I could, if you were going to pay me $1 billion, I'm pretty sure I could eat over a week enough mango to put on some fat. So I think it's a very important point, because I think we kind of kid ourselves, and certainly the media and the now social media and YouTube, etc., likes to jump on this, eat whatever you like, you can eat whatever, you can go crazy. You can't. Your mum told you couldn't, she was right. Your grandma told you couldn't, they were right. It's just reality that you have to have some sense in it. Now, I don't think in my case where I'm bumping up 0.8 pounds, it really matters. I'm certain that if I'm sensible today, which I will be, and I stick to fruit, I'll see the scale going back in the direction that I prefer, which is down. And I've also noticed that what's happening with the sugar fasting is actually, and I don't think this is being talked about very much, is that I'm actually recalibrating things like what it means to be satiated. I'm recalibrating that sort of feeling in the stomach of being full. How much food does my stomach need in it to feel full and satisfied? How much do I actually need on a daily basis to be fine? And is there a problem with hunger? A little bit of hunger. Look, we're not in Gaza. We're not talking the situation that many people find themselves, where they're genuinely hungry. This is a culture, and when we're talking about Americans and Europeans, of excess, where we've got abundance. So being a little bit hungry is certainly not a bad thing. And I think if you're wanting to lose weight, you have to flirt with this hunger sensation a little bit. You need to be just on the side of hungry. Now, I think the guy from Skeleton City, I wish I knew his name, let's call him Skeletor. I think he's absolutely right. You have to use this energy, the feeling of energy you're getting from your diet or from what you're eating. If you're so hungry and you're absolutely lacking in energy, then you're not eating enough food. Simple as that. And you should up your calorie content, etc., etc. But if you're just a little bit hungry and the scale is dropping, then carry on doing that for as long as you can, especially dependent on the stage you're at. And I think this is the other important thing. Who are you, and at what stage are you at? Are you Mark Bell, already very lean, trying to get ridiculously lean? Are you a bodybuilder trying to get low 6-7% body fat so that they can win on stage? Are you really wanting to flex yourself on Instagram or whatever and do it? Or are you obese like me and rapidly trying to get out of that category to just being a little overweight, and then out of that category to being healthy? Well, if that's the case, then your method and your approach should differ. And what I'm starting to realize with this diet is that there might be something to bumping up your sugar to get the metabolism going, but I think there's more in the calorie in, calorie out thing that we've always known. I mean, nobody likes it because it's hard, because it's, it's unpleasant. But I think if you keep the calories as low as you can get away with, you will lose weight. And on this sugar fasting or sugar diet, if you're in tier 1 of what the skeletal guy suggests, the bone zone, I think he calls it. But if you stay in that category and you're on sort of fruits and vegetables, and you're keeping out the starches, if you can keep yourself just a bit hungry but full of energy, that's the name of the game.